Mike Burgess, are you ready to dig?
Let's dig into the night, Alex O'Neill. Let's
Hell
do
yeah. Let's dig, baby.
Shovel Knight dig.
Announced just before PAX East 2020. The last thing that ever happened before the world ended.
before the dark times.
Yeah.
But now this looks like some good times from
Yeah.
what I've been hearing.
Let's we're just gonna jump right into a run here, and we'll explain as we go. If you've played Shovel Knight, you're probably familiar with Shovel Knight. I was talking to friend Scott White, fellow IPer, and he correctly compared Shovel Knight Dig's vibe and aesthetic to a Genesis game, and I very, very much.
The music is very strongly, basically just a Genesis game soundtrack.
Yeah, and it's very good.
This does not shy away from that.
Yeah,
for sure.
I'm a big fan. This might actually. We're starting off strong. So
yeah, you're getting a lot of gems here. That seems like it's kind of like the big thing here is collecting gems.
Yeah, so it's a roguelike. I'm sure plenty of folks out there are familiar with the concept. But it's interesting because obviously Shovel Knight was kind of an NES-inspired platformer. This has kind of a Super Nintendo or Genesis era inspired vibe to it, but it's a roguelike. And they've taken a lot of Shovel Knight and like totally redid it for being a roguelike. We're going down. Always going down.
Always going down. Always digging down.
Digging, which is fun, and I like that they've made like the digging here, like with these big walls of dirt and stuff, like feel really good and really satisfying. You know, just like smashing through, while also maintaining like that like secret area that you can hit with the side of your shovel, and then that like opens up a new party level. Like that's a big part of the exploration in this game, which is pretty limited, you know.
That's pretty cool because I played. You've definitely played much more than I have. I played a tiny bit of this, and I definitely noticed that too. Of like you'll see like you just did right there. Like you'll have these kind of little secret little things you're looking out for on even the normal walls, rather than just looking for like spots to dig in the main path. There are tons of like little optional things like that all over these kind of maps you're going down. So like it seems like you're kind of maneuvering yourself around the levels to look for that stuff too a lot.
Yeah, and the side rooms, like in some cases there's like Tombola here, which is just a great name for a mole man.
Tombola.
They're like kind of preset characters that you're gonna run into that will always have specific things that they do. Like with this guy, you just like spin a wheel and it's like, all right, you're gonna get one of these 5 things. I got the hover air slash, which is one of like the shovel upgrades. Briefly stops your descent when swinging the shovel in the blade in the air, basically. So like, you can see I can kind of like hover a little bit with that.
Cool,
which is like super important in this game because like I kind of said before, you're always going down and getting back up is pretty much impossible. So if you like just miss a ledge or something, you know, you're gonna lose out on a lot of stuff.
You're going down.
Which very reminiscent of Downwell, if folks are familiar with that game. Garrett Green, very, very big fan. So the general gist is, you know, this is 1-1. I'm about to go into 1-2, and these kind of signs are going to dictate the vibe of 1-2 that I might get. So this red sign means like, oh, this is going to be a harder one. And the U means like you might get lucky. And then this guy is the guy that teaches you shovel techniques like the floating one. But then again, it's all kind of wrapped up in this roguelike of like, I'm going to lose everything as soon as I die, right? So this hover air slash shovel techniques, or possible ones, you know, they're going to go away when I go down. This health upgrade that increased my health by 1 from the base 4 to 5, that's going to go when I go down. So it's interesting because like Shovel Knight is not like the kind of game when I played it originally that like I was stoked about losing everything. You know, it's not that kind of game.
Yeah.
And I think
Yeah, exactly.
as someone who played a lot of the original Shovel Knight, it is tough at first to kind of wrap your head around that. But the game does a pretty good job of like giving you some ways to wiggle around, and then once we kind of fail this run, I'll show some of those ways. That like make it like not as huge a deal if you lose everything. But
Sure.
in a run, like there's a ton of stuff going on, like not just those level choices. You see I got like this egg with me, and if I can find a nest for that egg to hatch in, it will like turn into a companion. You saw it earlier, happened really quick, right at the beginning. I had like a key following me, and if I take the key to a locked chest or door, I can unlock that, and sometimes that'll open up new pathways. This is like the weapon guide, the abilities. So
Master Argus.
on a run, you know, you can spend your gold, your gems to get stuff like from shops and from people that'll increase your health or give you artifacts or items and stuff. I'm gonna do super shot.
And something I liked, having again played limited amount, but the gems you get are kind of per run, but like you carry some over each run. But also they carried over the thing from original Shovel Knight, whereas like when you would go down, you would leave like little bags in certain areas to like get your stuff back. So like you can find those bags in that similar vein on a follow-up run, and have those bags and like get a bunch of your currency back that you lost in a like a run, which I thought was kind of a cool way to kind of carry over that idea from OG Shovel Knight.
Yeah, and it's like we'll see when we kind of get out of here. Like most of your gold goes like back to the hub world, which is like
Right.
odd how most roguelikes work. Usually it's like,
Yeah.
you know, we use like Rogue Legacy as an example, right? Most of your gold gets trashed when you go, right?
Yep.
And then like a small percent, or like, I'm thinking of like when you started. And
Yeah.
and you can use it like in the between area. So it's a little different, and I like that. So if I collect those 3 gold gears in a level, I can choose between either like a random artifact or refill my health or health blocks. Not always.
Yeah. That's super useful.
Because I am just thrashed. I think like
Yeah.
part of what I was talking about earlier is like this game is brutal. It is like absolutely not going to give you a lot of health from the get-go. That reminds me of Spelunky.
Yeah.
Honestly, like you will die.
Yeah,
a lot.
I was gonna say even in this initial run, you got like that. That's like even from the little bit I played, that's the most health I've seen in this game.
Yeah.
So far, that seems like that's like you got pretty lucky even getting that much already.
Yeah, for sure. 2 health upgrades in the first world is very lucky, and I'm very stoked about it right now. This is a fanboy. Oh boy, I've not met this guy before.
Okay.
I don't know what his deal is.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a chest hanging out there.
Yeah, he didn't really have anything useful. Sometimes NPCs, I guess,
Yeah.
just
I mean, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I wonder if it's like a maybe he'll be in like the hub area or something later with stuff. Maybe. Who knows? Yeah.
I will say I like after you've beaten one of the bosses, they will show up in the hub area and you talk shit at them,
Nice.
which is really fun.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I will say also on the most recent episode of Nintendo Land, which you can go listen to right now, I did say that all of the knights that you fight in this game are new. It's not true. There are some new knights and some returning.
Interesting. Okay.
Shovel Knight. Was not aware of that, but you know, like, really liked Tinker Knight. He's back, baby. You know.
Yeah, he's hanging out. He's back.
This is the most important guy because he will sell you stuff that increase maximum or maximum magic.
Yeah, that seems pretty good. Yeah, refills health and.
Okay. I'm at full health right now.
Yeah, so you'll get a little bit extra.
I I could increase my magic level by. I much like the original Shovel Knight, never used it.
Yeah.
Although there's
That's
some,
like kind of a little axe thing you got is like your magic item there.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
there are some way more, because of like the nature of like constantly going down. There's some way more useful magic items here, which I'm a fan of. Yeah, it's like I haven't seen a game like really try and ape what Downwell did in that kind of like very vertical progress kind of very vertical progress.
Shiny.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, all the eggs are the same, right? What matters is the nest that you put them into. But just like this key,
okay.
right, is the same as like the iron key, but they have kind of different things that might happen to them if you take damage. So like the shiny blue egg, much like the shiny blue key, will break instantly if I take damage, right? The glass key. Actually, iron key or the glass key. And like there's a wooden key that if it falls on spikes or gets hit by fire, then it breaks. Otherwise, it's fine. You know, stuff like that. So,
Gotcha.
Which is kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Just kind of rewarding different styles of play there. Usually rewarding players that are very careful. Great. So,
Looks like boss time, maybe.
boss time. This is the best item in the game. I'm gonna throw it out there.
Nice.
Safe travel
yeah.
over spikes. Cannot
That's pretty good.
cannot understate how great that is.
Yep. You just freely move on spikes. Yeah, that seems game changing.
Yeah, especially with those like wooden keys and stuff. Then you don't take damage from spikes; they don't die. Aha! Yellow Knight, show yourself. He's looking for the Yellow Knight. That's who stole all of Shovel Knight's money, which is the plot of the game.
Yellow Knight.
But Spore Knight, this is one of the new knights. He is here instead, and they're from the Hexcavators, which is
Excavators.
pretty good because they're digging.
This is a good name.
Yeah, I like a good target.
Yeah.
This guy should feed him many times.
Okay, so he's makes a bunch of like bouncy platforms.
Yeah, he'll send like a shockwave that
does
damage if he's just broke like that, you know.
Oh, and I guess if he bounces you up into those spikes, it would still probably hurt you. It's just if you walk on, right?
That's a good question. Yes. Now we know. Now we have an answer.
Mystery solved.
Mystery solved. Spikes from the top still hurt. Spikes from the bottom don't hurt.
Yep.
Which is a bummer because sometimes there are spikes in the bottom of this level, and of course they get the top.
Yeah, of course. The game knew as soon as you did it.
You can see that egg broke in one hit when it
yeah.
Totally fine. Drop it a couple of times. You still drop it if you get hit. It doesn't break necessarily.
Yeah, it just doesn't break right away.
For sure. Again, I feel like, and this is true of the original Shovel Knight, the game really doesn't want you to take damage. I take damage a lot.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, we did it.
Got him though. Nice.
Spore Knight down. First of the gemstones. You know, it kind of throws you into the midst of stuff. So I don't really know what the gemstones are all about, but you know, maybe someday I'll figure it out.
Something you'll collect them.
So here
Collect them and do a thing.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll save the world or something. Here after beating the first boss. Now, I will say it's not always true that you get a choice. Sometimes there's only one of these paths open. I don't necessarily know what dictates that, but you know, I can go to a fire world. That's where Tinker Knight is, and I can go to a water world. That's where Mole Knight is, another returning knight. Where do you want to go, Mike? I'll let you decide.
Let's go to the water world.
Water world's great.
Water world.
Very pretty, I will say. And I hadn't
that's
seen.
What I was curious about.
I hadn't seen any like the later stages before I played the game, and they're gorgeous. and very cool, especially the third world. Hopefully we get. Oh, we didn't.
Nice.
Died immediately. So.
Well, great look at Waterworld.
Yeah, great look at water. Very beautiful. You heard a snippet of the music, but it's very good.
Yep.
I promise. So here we can kind of get the results right. You see all the stuff I had on the right there. Losing all of that, of course. And then the 3 bags, like you said. So again, like overall, the percentage of money that is those bags will be kind of floating around for me to acquire again, but very small percentage of the total money that you had. You know, I think I had like 1,000 or whatever. That's like 200, 300 floating around. See on the left, World 1, 2, 3, 4, and then whatever the skull is. I haven't even made it to World 4, so. And then my banked gems, which everything else left over goes in that, and I can spend those in the hub area. Go explore right now.
Go check out. And I also like if keen eyes might have noticed that you can go back to the surface, or you can literally just hit like dig again, and it'll immediately start to run over like instantly, which I kind of think that's pretty cool. You can just do like a quick restart more or less.
Yeah. This is Shield Knight's owl. He has a name. I saw it in like the achievement list. I don't remember. Like an A.
Okay.
So we've got the shopkeeper guy here and the blacksmith. Blacksmith you unlock a little bit later on, so he's not there right away. And the blacksmith, just like in OG Shovel Knight, will give you different sets of armor. They brought back the gold armor from Shovel Knight, which is great. You flip. You do like acrobatic flips with the gold armor, and it does nothing else. You don't
That's cool.
jump higher with the acrobatic flips.
It's just fancier.
They're just fancy. Flashy, acrobatic, useless. And it's obviously very expensive. I was using this orange armor. Take less damage, but fewer gems appear. But more gems and accessories are kept after falling in battle. It doesn't really tell you, but basically with this equipped, I can take one of the accessories, and I get to pick one of the accessories that I had and take it with me on my next run. So if I wanted, if I had this equipped, I could have taken my spiky boots with me.
Yeah, and just had them right away. That's super useful. Nice.
Yeah, super useful. And that's kind of like what I meant when I say, like, you do lose everything, but there are some ways to kind of circumvent it. Again, you get less money, but you get a lot of money. So I've been using it mostly, and I haven't had too much problems. And like this one, earn a free accessory every stage, guaranteed, but without side rooms, you can't visit all the areas in one run. So it's the streamlined mail, means it takes out all the side rooms. No side rooms, no shops, no those little secret rooms, all gone.
You're just booking it.
Just booking it. And then there are other ones, and if you talk to the guy, he'll give you like a little hint about where it is. Those stinging pests must have loved my design because they wouldn't stop swarming around the template. I had to leave it behind. I have not. I assume he's talking about like bees. Bees? Potentially.
Stinging pests. Bees or some kind of other weird stinging bugs.
Yeah, but I'm not sure. I haven't run into it, so. You ring the bell, talk to this guy. Hoofman.
Hoofman. He's good.
Look at him. He just is such a great sprite.
Yeah, it's a great, good character.
So you can expand your follow slots. So that's like the egg and the key were following me. Those are follow slots. I have 2 right now, so that's why I could have both of those. But you can have another. I don't know if it goes past 3. I imagine it maybe goes up to 4. And then a relic key. So there are special between those like between stages where you get to choose either the left or right door. Sometimes there will be like a gold lock. You know what? I'll grab this. So maybe we'll see it. There'll be a gold lock that you need a relic key to open, and that will unlock a new. It'll basically take you to like a mini challenge level, which are from like Shovel Knight, the original, where you would get a relic, and you would basically have to beat the level by using the relic's ability, and then you would unlock the relic for general use. It's a cool way to bring that back from Shovel Knight. And then over here we got the campsite, which is very jolly.
Yeah.
Love this.
They have a lot. Yeah, definitely a lot more characters than I came here.
Yeah.
The last character I saw come here and when I played was the guy with the big beetle carriage, and I really liked that. Like when they first came in, you could see like the beetle like came in and was like walking around and then just laid down and went to bed. It was a cool little animation.
Yeah, I like that. And there are other stuff too of like showing other characters arriving. New characters are showing up all the time. Like I haven't seen this like cowboy guy.
Nice.
Which is cool. And we'll talk to him in a second. So then you've got the shopkeeper who you can run into, Chester, the guy who lives in the treasure chest. You run into him on runs. And so this guy will let you buy an artifact and kind of like, or accessory, I should say, and preload it before going on the run. But the cost gets higher every time you buy one. So it started at 1,000, now it's up to 4,000, which is pretty expensive. I guess like
pricey.
At some point, what are you going to spend your money on? But I've been kind of avoiding him just in case I need those for like challenge run. So Rue's Biker is cursed. Ancient ones shambled forth when the blood moon hangs high. So this is a Bloodborne reference. It's pretty good.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah, it makes sense because he's kind of.
What world are you talking about?
He's got a little bit of a Bloodborne-y kind of outfit on.
Yeah, for sure. This guy, Whisker, he's your shortcut man. So.
Okay.
He will give us an express paid trip to one of the later levels. So if I can't get to level 3 in this next run, right there.
Yeah, we can just kind of fast travel. That's cool.
Yeah, and you get 1 health for like 1 additional health circle for every level deeper that you go, which is nice. And then there are leaderboards. I haven't looked at really yet. If you're into that,
yeah, you could chase him down. And now you're playing this on Switch,
yes, right?
Yeah, because it's on Switch. It's on Steam. That's where I'm playing it on my Steam Deck. But it's on everything else too, right? I'm pretty sure it came to PlayStation and Xbox as well.
It's on Switch and Steam right now.
Oh, really? Okay, just Steam and Switch.
I lost my key.
I guess that makes.
I tried to get it back.
Bye, key.
now we have 1.5 health. So.
This game can go sometimes. It seems, like you said, it can be kind of brutal.
Kind of brutal, yeah. And you just gotta be careful. Again, if I had my goddamn spike boots, best item in the game. Maybe there's like dangerous traps later that don't even.
Yeah.
Have another item that helps with them or something.
Yeah, because that's what I would say is like it seems more like, at least like in the early goings, at least it seems like a lot more of like the hazards are a lot more of the problem than I've found some of the enemies to be. That might just be because like, these are some of the earlier enemies, and so they're not really like putting up a fight, but more so they're just kind of hanging out.
Can confirm that will change.
Yeah, I figured as much.
They're definitely like, and I appreciate like how different the stages are from
cool.
There is a vibe of like, okay, I'm dealing with some different stuff here that is way, like I have to play a little bit differently. I have to be kind of more aware of certain things. Maybe the stage doesn't really have a lot of hazards, but the enemies here are so different that I have to kind of be very differently. Like that, I feel like that's true of like the water level. So you see one of my keys unlocked this pack.
Oh, okay.
Managed to live so I can get my health back. Oh no, my controller.
Low battery.
Like that.
The true end game.
Yeah, the true final boss. But yeah, what do you think of it so far, Mike? You've been playing a little bit as well.
I'll say as like, yeah, as somebody who like did not really get into OG Shovel Knight. This definitely is something I want to dig more into, just because I am much more of a fan of these style of games and roguelike games. And like you mentioned, like I also did not really play much Downwell, so I think like this kind of, some of these concepts are still a little fresh to me, and so I think it being kind of a roguelite with a lot of fresh things that I've not really like played in other roguelites, it was definitely stuck out to me as a little bit I played. So I definitely want to play some more of it.
Yeah, agreed. Same on the Downwell front as well. I played a little bit of it, but not a lot.
Yeah. And just like, yeah, like we kind of said, like I just like the overall like visual style they're going for with this, like, and it's kind of like very Genesis, Sega Genesis ass music, and some of the sprite work is also evoking that, but it's also just like very good. Like all of those characters that are just hanging out in that little campfire just look really nice, and they animate really well. I really like when you first kind of get there, and it's like there's not as many characters, but there's like the one lady, and she's like trying to like start a fire, and if you stand there long enough, she like gets really mad and is like trying to spark it like crazy, and you can just kind of sit there and just hang out with them. It's very good.
Yeah.
It just has like a lot of charm to it.
Yeah, for sure. And that's like the stuff that I love the most about Shovel Knight, just the original. And I was not like normally, and that ended up being like my game of the year for 2014. I'm just not normally into, like, I never played Mega Man really ever. Looks for secrets and point them out. I still don't know what this does. Maybe we'll find out. And that's like very much the idea of OG Shovel Knight, save for like you don't really get the boss's powers when you beat the bosses in that game, but like all the knights and how they are all kind of like different vibes or elements or something. Oh, I do see the little things with sparkling.
Oh yeah, little sparkles. Yeah, I see that too. Yeah.
I wonder if there will be like secrets that you can't see.
Yeah, potentially.
Hover jump. That is.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah, hovering always definitely seems useful.
Just because like getting that extra airtime when you're trying to get those gold gears, so that way you can do something.
Yeah.
You know, at the next level.
Definitely seems helpful.
But yeah, I've always really liked the vibe and aesthetic of Shovel Knight as a whole, and I really wanted a Super Nintendo style sequel to Shovel Knight, and I will say, like, this, you know, things might pop up later that could be like spoiler adjacent. Got an achievement of some sort. I did not have enough time to read all that text. So this is also, it's worth noting before I continue, this thing is what's chasing you, so you have to keep moving. If that hits you, you just die.
Yeah, that's like why you have to keep going down. Yeah.
Yes. I assume that's like something to do with the plot. The Hexcavator drill of some kind. Maybe I will know it someday. I don't think it can get you inside Rim. But, you know, I could be wrong.
Gotcha.
So, you know.
Yeah. But you about to go down with this mole together. It's your last meal.
Please feed me my last meal. Yeah, I just really wanted a Super Nintendo Shovel Knight 2, basically. And while this isn't that... No, I do.
Rip gold gear.
Yeah, buy gold gear. Again, that's just how it goes sometimes. This isn't that exactly, but it does take place after Shovel Knight. There's some characters that will show up, or might show up, that, you know, are resolved from the plot of the original Shovel Knight.
Gotcha.
And I think that's really cool. And it does kind of have that sequel vibe to it in like a graphical way. I don't know if there ever will be a Super Shovel Knight or something, but Shovel Knight X. But I would still be down for it.
Shovel Knight Zero. That's what the world needs.
Shovel Knight Dread. Please. This one, it knocks back enemies more when you hit them. Also, one of the best items. do resist explosives. I feel like I'm always.
Yeah.
You'll see when I get to the boss why that pushback is super important.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just, you know, much like you, I also like it. So, just combining two things that I really like. Love it. Feels good. Smash rocks.
Yeah. When you get these like nice strings, it's cool.
So sometimes if you only get 2 gear, food will come out of the drill there. Give you some health back. I did get it.
Yeah.
No spikes this time, thank goodness.
Yeah. It's cool that like it slightly varies up the little arena you're in.
Yeah, the boss room is different every time. I've seen a repeat a couple of times, but it's usually it's not the last thing you saw. That's good. It's a nice little touch because you know the bosses in the original were not. I can just knock him back and really get him.
See that,
get him trapped in here.
Yeah. Anywhere, dumb mushroom.
There's also one that like shoots out a little wave beam across the ground when you're at full health, and it'll like go up little steps and stuff.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
Get wrecked.
Get digged.
Pop this can of Diet Coke. Get ready for this water level. Oh yeah.
Get a crack a cold one.
Now we're ready. Right, there used to be like a little interstitial scene here between. Oh yeah, here we go.
Oh yeah, look at this.
Cover the bag. Stop
Get
drill
the bag.
knives.
Oh god.
These little demons will come out. Turn the monsters.
Oh good. Tentacles everywhere too.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on here.
What's going on?
Yeah,
what in the world's going on here?
It seems like this is very much related to the story. Like, what is this crystal ball thing? And then it's all a tree.
You have to go in your dreams later.
Maybe. So you can see both options
fears.
here are the lava world.
Right. Okay.
We'll take the. I don't know what procs like other options here. Is it something I said? Is it something I did?
Yeah, I know. You went to the water world and just couldn't. They wouldn't get any further.
Yeah, I got dunked on so hard. They're like, you don't even deserve this.
Oh yeah, this is that was like I didn't think the music in this would get more Sega Genesis, but it just just immediately proved me wrong. I was just like, well, damn, okay, yep.
Yeah, it's very good. Also, I love it. So like in this world, you can like shovel coal into these fires to keep things going, which I think is just
cool.
Cool.
Yeah, that's really cool. That's dope.
Yeah, I just love different uses for the shovel and it being more shovelly. All that. Oh, so then sometimes these side rooms, it's like, okay, you gotta fight enemies before you can do anything.
Enemies times. Oh god, it's got like a robot mage.
Yeah, these like Wizrobe dudes that shoot fireballs, I hate them. They're super annoying.
Yeah, those are always the worst kind of enemies because that reminds me like the dudes from what is it? Rogue Legacy also, like the little wizards that shoot fireballs. Those are also a pain in the ass.
And then like the hot round will like if it gets hit by any kind of fire damage, it sends like a shockwave of flame out that is that will do damage to you if you're standing on it like that. Sucks a lot.
Oof. Yeah, it's rough.
Luckily I lost my
yeah, it's because at least this dude was just minding his own business, cooking.
Yeah. Getting a nice meal ready. It refills all health and gives 3 shields, which is really useful.
Oh wow. Yeah, that seems useful. That's like it's just a chicken in armor.
Yeah, I don't know what the difference between a blackened turkey. I guess it's seasoning. Oh, that's the difference.
Yeah. I think it's just cooked a little longer.
Yeah, I'm not
not
positive what the armor does. per se. I know, you'll take kind of like in Enter the Gungeon, get armor in that. That has like kind of a mechanical thing that it does, but this will just like if I had like companions that had hatched from eggs, they will not take damage when an armor is broken, as opposed to when I take damage, they take damage.
I gotcha.
But we haven't seen.
Also, yeah, I noticed that one gem had like that one bomb was like had like a gem on it. I wonder if that was like a money bomb or something. I don't know if you noticed that. Yeah, it was like one of the bombs was like had like a green gem in it.
Can I get pre? Oh shit! Yeah.
Oh,
now we're cooking, baby.
Now you're playing. What is it? What is that? What is the Dark Souls heavy run or whatever?
Yes, this is it. This is the run. Got my knockback. Oh, love the knockback.
Yeah, that definitely is. It's always one of those things where it's always nice when you play a roguelite and you find like the thing that does not seem like it's a big deal, but then you realize like, oh wow, this changes this game so dramatically.
Yes, there are a lot of things in this like that, which I'm grateful for, because I feel like that makes getting items, like when you get to that end screen where it's like you can get a random item or you can get health back, it's like, oh man, like some of these items are really, really important to a good run.
Yeah.
For sure. They can make a difference, Chop after chop. That could potentially be because I use like a key to unlock this, so it's like a better seed. I don't know.
Yeah. I was curious about that too. Of like, if like what the difference is using a key on one of those entrances or not. I was curious.
I think usually it's just like, and you can tell sometimes by the little signpost out there. I haven't like fully deciphered what all of the different things are yet, but you'll have a good idea of like, oh, is this going to be a harder one, or is this going to be, am I going to be able to get a lot of items on this? Like, I think, like I said, that horseshoe is like, oh, this is like a lucky area where you'll pop up. Maybe it's specifically mean for side. Side. So here's a nest, right? Cool. So the green nest, no matter what egg you take, there is going to hatch this little guy. And he takes...
Little furry fella.
Yeah. That'll bite enemies from it. I appreciate it. He takes damage when you take it. Okay, so right, like if I get hit once because I have that armor, but then after that, you'll see his little health effects. And there's a few different, like, little companion guys, which I appreciate. Okay, so now we can get a random item. Like that. Your drop spark slash to spark the ground when you're at full health. Very good.
Nice. Very nice.
Sentinels. Spark.
Very cool.
So yeah, this has the little horseshoe, so gonna have more drills, but
more drills.
I don't like the ones. Say. This is that's what we're about to deal with that, but yeah, like you can see, this is like a different kind of nest.
Different nest. Interesting.
So any egg will hatch from there, depending on the nest.
It'll not make a different creature. Yeah.
Okay, these guys, really not a fan of them.
Yeah. They're under your shit because he's like, I saw him like putting his shield up above him. Yeah, he knows what's up.
Yeah, and I don't like that. big dislike.
Yeah, they figured it out already.
Yeah, I'm just gonna leave that man up there to deal with his own problems.
Yep.
I don't know if the drill is gonna kill them. But I hope so.
Yep. Seems like sometimes you can just kind of be like, yeah, I don't need to fight. I can just go, actually.
Totally. And when that time pressure is on, that is frequently the best call.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's me. But my controller battery is low.
Save the battery.
Where are we going for I don't. Oh yeah, these guys on the left. Borrowed horns. So this is a good one. Sharpened horns allow you to headbutt dirt. So if you're under dirt.
Oh, you can like punch up.
Yeah, I can like jump here. Boop. which is really nice. Again,
Yeah, that's cool.
that one I have found makes less of a like make or break. I haven't saved a run on a headbutt yet, but maybe. These guys, I don't. But if you bump on them before they blow up, stop them from blowing up. It's just like anytime I see like this red lava rock, I'm like, please don't be like a weird slime fire guy in there. And there,
Yeah.
Miss the.
Don't make a bunch of fire.
Miss my gear. You can see they're like little purple here. I'm gonna use Fork Slash. I already forgot I had it. And then he makes all the fire. He just makes it get very fiery. And also, we weren't on this before, but this is like soft dirt, so if I stand on it, it starts to like break away.
Oh, okay.
Really stressful. Closer. Shoot with my shovel to tell you to teach me things.
Yeah, teach me.
Take both of these. I'm just gonna do it. What do I need money?
Get all them power. Get all them power-ups.
And the charge works like this. Hit and then like how you
charge
like
slash
backhand with it. It's very cool. Take some gear here. Uploaded. Problem anymore.
Yeah, big bomb man.
Okay, well I got one gold gear. I'll take that. Ooh, I dodged that like pro. Totally intentional. Everything's going according to plan.
Mastery.
This turned out to be a pretty good run. Sometimes, like,
yeah, you're cooking.
Like you see before, it's like, oh, that hover just saved me.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like before, it's like, all right, it's over, I guess. And sometimes you're like, all right, I guess we're going deeper.
So.
And kind of like you pointed out before, I haven't gotten a single health upgrade. So.
Yeah. You got like 1 billion the first time. Yeah.
Okay, well, we're full health.
But it's still going.
For Tinker Knight, so I'll take that.
Boss time.
This is a returning knight.
Tinker Knight.
Knight with a spade? No, I've seen it all. He's acting like he doesn't know me, though, which maybe implies that it's like a separate alt timeline, you know?
Yeah, separate timeline.
I like this, too, because, like, before, he's got 3 health, and it's like, oh, what an easy guy.
It turns out it's just his first phase.
Yeah. My armor, though. There's like one power that gives you a slightly higher jump, and that makes it much easier to get in things like this. Wish I had that. No, no time for gloating.
Always got a submarine.
Like full on like a Paper Mario boss fight now. Like the Shy Guy boss fight in Paper Mario. Sometimes his butt is hanging out like that. You can like hit him with the knockback and fire that.
Yeah.
And there's like another. I hate this variant and why we didn't get it. There's another version of like the fire level that like it's like the floor is lava, so it's like lava underneath of you, and it only goes down as you go down. You have to very like slowly go down the level. Doing pretty alright.
You got him, I think.
Oh yeah, you can kill him with that.
Oh, yeah.
That's so
nice.
good.
He just knocked it, but yeah, that knockback thing.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah. Look out for it when
awesome.
when you kids are playing at home. Knockback, change the game.
Yeah.
That's so.
I'm also gonna guess. I'm also gonna guess those crystals are maybe not a good thing.
Yeah, I'm getting the 5. And then
when you pick that one up, tentacles definitely came out of it like those ones.
Yeah, and you see like if you look at the text when I get near it, it's like place the stone. It's like okay, something's
yeah. This is kind of sus.
I will say the nice thing here is when you're fighting guys here, you're just getting like extra treasure for it. So if you take damage back after it's a little
nice
dream sequence. And I can also just like go toward the bag middle. And here's Shield Knight.
Gasp.
This is like the Shovel Knight spoiler I was talking about. Shh, it's okay. Thank you, Shield Knight. My mind feels clouded. Perhaps it's the air down here. That drill-toting burglar! That gemstone we had in there, the excavators were stealing the others just like it. What are they planning? Don't know if those gemstones. They worry me. It's almost like an odd force is compelling me to dig further down the well. Dark magic! Bad news. Shield Knight gets it.
Being summoned.
But you can see, like, I can't choose this
You can't
path.
even go. You can't even go over there.
So
Get this other one. Maybe I think we maybe found our bee world because it looks like some honeycombs.
yeah, me. Oh yeah, I haven't seen this. The grub pit.
Grub pit.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I was expecting the other. Oh Jesus, yeah, I don't like these guys. I was expecting the other world
like,
3. So.
Yeah, you get like some. Yeah, it's like a bug. You got bug world.
Bug World. Welcome to Bug World, everybody. Oh
Yeah.
hell yeah! Give me some food.
Yeah, and he's just cooking down here.
This is max health. It's my first health upgrade. You know, no big deal.
Yeah, no biggie.
I'll take it though. Yeah, I've not seen this at all, so this is exciting. I guess, yeah, I mean, like, Spelunky also did the thing that I was a big fan of, Spelunky 2 specifically, where, like, if you, depending on, like, where you went or what you did, there's, like, an alternate World 3, an alternate World 2,
Right.
which I was a big fan
Oh
of.
god, what is that thing over there?
Well,
Oh,
hermit
he's shooting
crab
at you through there. Oh, you can shoot that back at him. That's fine.
is fun. I can't hear the music because of how I'm recording it at the moment, and I hope it's good. Tell me if it's good, Mike. I haven't heard the music.
Yeah, it's pretty all right. I think I like the other tune a little bit more, but this is still pretty good.
Well, I don't like how.
Still.
Oh, there's like spikes.
Oh yeah. Like spikes come out of it.
There's so
you
many
get a rhino
bugs.
beetle. Get a rhino beetle.
There's the,
Oh, you got like a.
once again, forgot that I
You
had
got like
that.
grub. You got like a grub spawner.
Really don't. Okay, there's like a cooldown. Okay. I don't like the spikes that come out of it.
This was like spike goo
It's like teeth.
messed up.
This is like
Yeah.
some war stuff going on right now. I am
Yeah, you're in
not in.
Vor, the underground. You're in the Vor underground.
Yeah, I'm like worried that we're gonna like get to the end and it's just like you've been in the queen's stomach the whole time. Oh, thank you. I like the vibe though. It's good for like a World 3. It's gotta get like hardcore at some point.
Yeah. I definitely didn't expect this vibe for a place in this game. That's cool.
Yeah, again, the level variance is very good. So
you
close.
got
You can see here I can choose which artifact to keep. So I also picked up the Suave Salve, become more attractive, get better deals at shops. Maybe it could help you elsewhere too, which I don't know what that means.
Interesting.
But there's definitely like secrets. Secrets abound.
Yeah.
Obviously gonna take
Secrets.
the knockback.
Secrets, bond secret.
But yeah, that is I think that's Shovel Knight Dig.
Yeah. This seems awesome.
Yeah, I had not
the grub
seen
pit.
the grub pit yet. Oh wow, I've not even seen this like rebuy loadout up. Yeah.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Huh.
Oh, you can get your key back.
But is it the key or is it everything? Hey, I'm gonna just see.
Yeah, just grab it and see what happens.
I hadn't not seen it. Yeah. Okay. It's just a key.
It's just the key. Okay.
That's fine. All right. I want to make sure you couldn't just like get everything again. But yeah, that's Shovel
Yeah.
Knight Dig. Very jolly. If you like Shovel Knight, I got good news. Also,
Yeah.
I did want to show this off in the viewpoints. There is an accessibility menu. Got all the
Cool.
classic options. Extra health if you wanted it. To be honest, I might throw that on. Just, have a couple extra
Yeah.
bricks of
Yeah,
health.
and honestly, now that I see that too, I'm just like, yeah, why not? Just
And like extra food chance,
make it a little smoother.
gem chance, extra attack damage, just stuff. I've not slowed down the game yet. I don't know. That seems like that could be a little weird, but obviously it's good to have the option.
Yeah, that could be interesting. Yeah.
But yeah, I did want to make sure. Should that. That's cool. Yeah, Shovel Knight Dig, Steam and Switch right now. I'm sure it'll come to other things eventually, but right now.
Yeah, that could just be like a timed deal or something. But yeah, that's cool though.
Yeah.
I definitely, like I said, I played it. I just recently got my Steam Deck and have been playing it there. And even though like Steam Deck has like a weird thing where like their games aren't like maybe initially like Steam Deck approved, quote unquote, this game like worked right out the gate regardless of that. So like that was pretty rad, and it seems like a great way to play that. And Switch makes sense too because they're both portable, so like it makes a ton of sense.
Yeah, I've been.
Look at that, they're like right next to each other.
Sometimes you get. I love it. Just look at this little guy.
It's a little apple.
I don't know
apple bird.
What the apple bird guy does. Love him. But yeah,
hey, look at that.
I've been playing it on a handheld a little bit in bed, get a run in here or there before bed, and it has been excellent. So, Shovel Knight Dig, thanks for hanging out, Mike.
Absolutely. Thanks everybody.
Bye.
Bye.